Who says there's only one type of football in the UK? You're listening to the Always Punting Fantasy Football Podcast with your hosts, Anthony Watson, Steve Wright, and Saren Hayward.
What's happening, fantasy football nerds? Welcome to another episode of Always Punting. I'm Matt Watson, with me as always, Saren Hayward. How are we, mate?
How do?
How do? The man behind the cam makes the magic happen, Mr. West. How are we?
Howdy do, guys. Yeah, all good, man. All good.
Good.
You made it sound like he was Chinese then, Andy, how are we? He's banned, that's what he is, he's banned.
Yeah, I was saying it's fine, and everyone just looking at your keystrokes.
Never to return to America.
Never. No Steve Wright with us again today for this episode. He's recovering from his hemorrhoid operation. We'll make way without him anyway.
Well, when we say operation, he just tried to remove it at home with a cactus and it didn't go well for him.
Yeah, he is a bit of a simpleton, our little man-child. Right. Saren, should we crack on, mate?
Yeah. Yeah, so this week what we're going to be going through, we're going to be going through all our starts and sits straight away. And then, again, a bit of a change to this week's. We're trying something different. We'll go through all the, week 5 games in our dynasty league and just go who we think is going to be relevant and who isn't, asking questions along the way. So start sits. So I'll start with my start and sits straight away. So my start and sits for the week, I am looking at starting Pierce and I am looking at sitting Kittle.
Nice, mate. What's your reasoning behind starting Pierce this week?
Matchup.
Yeah.
They're up against Jacksonville. I should say Damian Pierce. I really rate the fella. I think he's done brilliantly so far this year.
Yeah, we said in the last episode, didn't we?
Yeah. I think he's a brilliant player. Jacksonville's defense looks suspiciously bad. I think Jacksonville will probably romp ahead to an early lead like they did last week, and then they'll pull it back. I think he's on for a good few big runs.
Yeah, he's trending in the right direction. So he finished running back 6 last week.
Yeah.
4 against the Chargers. So
Yeah,
good pick.
Yeah.
Aaron. Who was your sit, mate?
Kittle.
Yeah. Don't know where I'm at with Kittle.
Now, my reasoning for this is purely down to they've got Garoppolo at quarterback, not Trey Lance. So I know that sounds a bit silly, but hear me out. So Kittle is very good in the blocking game. Like, that's what he's brilliant at, and I think that hinders his fantasy, his fantasy points, because I don't think he runs as many routes. I mean, he saw 91 and 94% of snaps in the last 2 games, but he only saw 5 and 4 targets, which leads to me that he's not running many routes. Garoppolo's more of a you need to have your pocket set kind of QB, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I think having Kittle there as a tight end, as an extra blocker for the pass block and then also for the run, I think that's too important for the team. So I think fantasy-wise, I think he's going to take a hit for a while.
Yeah.
That's my reasoning for dropping Kittle. It's got nothing to do with the matchup, because I think he could score good points against anybody.
Yeah, he is. He is one of the top tight ends, isn't he? But
yeah, I just think it's his role. I think he's aging. He's had his injuries. He's put on weight. He seems like he's put a bit of muscle mass on. I think he's going to become. That's his role.
Yeah, fair one, mate.
The GM that's trying to convince him not to give him a good pay to reduce his contract, man. That's pretty harsh assessment of the guy.
Hey man, it's a harsh world we live in.
The NFL is absolutely brutal with everything.
Another thing, Kittle, if you're listening, brush your bloody hair.
Jaboo.
He's San Francisco's answer to Jimmy Bullard, the bloke is.
Yes, he is, mate. That's a good.
That's good. That's good.
That's good. Right, I'll crack on with mine. So my start of the week. This is buckle up and ride with this one. Cam Akers. I think he's on his way back. He had a pretty poor game week 4, but got the Dallas Cowboys this week. 6th away from defense. They're giving up 137 yards on the ground. Gave up 89 yards to Washington week 4, who trailed all game. I think the Rams are going to get out ahead early and then just run it. I know it's a bit of, are they using Henderson, are they using Akers? But Akers has seen an increase in snaps since he's been back from his injury. I think Dallas is the week he's going to go off and stamp his authority on that RB1. I think against the Rams, Henderson had a bit more to do, but I think now's the time for Akers, and Dallas is the perfect game for it. So that's my start. You sit.
Can I just comment on your start of the week there? I'm sorry, I can't let this one go.
Go, mate. Go for it.
I'm putting myself out on a limb, and I think you're mental.
Go for it. Justified. Slander.
Right.
Justified.
Right. I understand that you've picked, obviously, someone who's not necessarily going to be starting. It'd be very easy to go, start Barclay, start McCaffrey. I get that. But 38% of snaps last week. 8 rushing attempts and 13 yards.
Yeah.
I'm
coming back.
I'm not sure. The way the Rams are playing.
Tough matchup against the Niners. Obviously they come out guns blazing. It wasn't a run game, but the week before against Arizona, saw 50% of the snaps, 12 for 61, 5 yards a carry, and he had his touchdown. Yeah, very touchdown dependent there. But he's gone from 18% of snaps, 44%, 50%. So we were seeing the increase. It was the last night.
Yeah, he was.
For it. I think he's going to stamp his authority on this RB1 position against the Rams, who are giving up a lot on the ground.
Dallas,
sorry, a lot on the ground. That's where I'm at with it. I understand where you're coming from. But...
Okay, so if I said to you that Barclay only managed 81 yards against them, would that change your mind on it at all?
No.
No?
No.
Right, okay.
I just think obviously the Rams are a better offense than the Giants. I think they will just go out, get a massive lead, take the game by storm, bounce back off this week's loss, and then they're just going to run the ball, and it's going to be Akers. And I think it will be back. Yeah, might need a touchdown, but I think he's a good start this week.
Okay, I think you've defended yourself well there.
Right then, sit of the week. Michael Pittman Jr. Broncos giving up. Well, Broncos got 5th best passing defense. Patrick Surtain has dealt with Devontae Adams and Deebo Samuel the last couple of weeks. Obviously, they are elite wide receivers. We look at them, really, aren't they? They're a lot better than Pittman Jr., who's still finding his feet, and he's got Matt Ryan chucking the ball at him. Patrick Surtain, PS2, hasn't been scored on this season. He's breaking up a lot of passes. He only allowed Deebo go for 73 yards, and this week week 4 he let Adams go for 101 yards, but no touchdowns.
So with both of them being in your team then, and currently Akers being on the bench and Pittman being in the team, does that mean they're going to be swapped?
I'm swapping out this week. I'm swapping out Najee Harris and putting Akers in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like the matchup for Najee, and I'm not sure where it's going to happen with Kenny Pickett and Buffalo. Obviously, solid defense.
Yeah.
And I'm pondering this week for the matchup Marquise Brown or Gabe Davies? I can't remember where I went, but I'm thinking Gabe
Gabe
Davies has a
Davies at
bounce back
Pittsburgh.
week.
Yeah.
And go put him in over Pittman. Obviously, I'm not dropping Sutton because I like the matchup for him. And he's getting his targets, but that's where I'm at for this week.
Yeah.
That's my justification. And Ryan's got a knack for interceptions, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So he's chucking interceptions. Patrick Surtain hasn't had an interception. He's due one. I've got a feeling it might come this game. He's going shut. Pittman Jr. out of it.
Big game, isn't it? Because obviously you're a Broncos fan. Steve's a Colts fan.
Yeah. Thursday night football again. Another primetime game for the Broncos. I've booked Friday off work.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. That means I'm muting the group chat. Otherwise, you're going to be keeping me awake all night.
When I'm ranting.
Yeah.
You get me. Let's ride on the opening drive when Broncos get in for a touchdown, and then it'd be frustration for 4 quarters.
Even my wife commented, Scarl. She was like, "Your phone was buzzing constantly last night."
Yeah, that's me.
Good pick.
That's my starting set. Anderson, chipping in, mate.
Yeah, so I put some great thought into this. Checked out the next gen stats.
It just sounds better when he says it, doesn't it? If I said it, you'd just be like, "Oh, I've checked out the next gen stats in it."
So I think I'd say my start for the week would be Juju. And I think the reason for this, look, this is the Chiefs versus the Raiders. The Raiders have a pretty bad pass defense from what I've seen. And I think it's going to either be a shootout because I know Derek Carr likes to try and challenge Mahomes whenever they seem to play. I think they did it last year when they beat the Chiefs, or was that 2 seasons ago? So I think it's either going to be a shootout or the Chiefs are going to stomp them. And, I think they're in the mood. I know Mahomes is spreading the ball around, but I just have a feeling that Juju's going to be the guy he decides to target. He's going to, they're not, the Raiders aren't great on pass defense. So we could see some potentially big plays from him. And that's that. But yeah, I think that would be my start. In terms of my sit, I'm gonna have.
Is that what sway you on your trade this morning, picking up Juju?
I mean,
no, that was just too good of an offer.
Juju and Njoku for.
Yeah, you know what? That's it. Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna be
Juju and Njoku for DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. So I've got a double whammy there. I
was always going to make moves for Hopkins before he came back because I knew I could get him cheaper, and I was happy to do that trade because I picked up Juju off the free agency and I picked up Njoku off the waiver wires. So I feel like I've kind of got DeAndre Hopkins for free.
Do you basically feel like you fleeced me? Is that what you're saying?
Fleece?
No. I'd never.
Had your pants down, Anderson.
Listen, I would never do either to a fellow man, but I do feel like I've gone in for free. I do feel like I've found a fiver outside and gone in and bought a sausage roll. That's how I feel.
When he finds out he can't, he's injured for the rest of the season. He's decided, he's not going to come back, and then I'll want the trade when Njoku comes out. I feel like I see Njoku and I didn't really give him any mind before the season started, but then now it's like every week I'm watching League Pass, Red Zone, and it's like Njoku. So I'm like, okay, let me have a bit of this. Anyways, back to my sits. I think my sits, I'm gonna have to say Pitts. He's just not had it going yet. I'm sitting him, not dropping him. I'm sitting him because he will come good, but not against the Bucs who. I know the Chiefs ripped them apart this week, but I think they're a really good defensive team. I think they are one of the top defenses, and I don't see how he's going to get it going. They'll probably, probably a high, a 3 or 4 touchdown win for the Bucs, and they'll get to Mariota. They got to Mahomes, for instance, this week quite a bit. It's just I don't know if you guys saw the Harlem Globetrotter-esque thing he did for that third touchdown. So they did get to him. They did get to him this week. So I think they're going to get to Mariota. And if they get to Mariota, it's not going to get to Pitts, is it? So,
yeah. So you don't think the Florida boy is going to come back?
No, not this week
against the Bucks.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mariota's. Could they swap him out for Ritter, change it up, and then Pitts and Ritter get the link up? I don't know.
I think Mariota's been good enough to deserve where he's played, to deserve start.
Keep his place. One bad game ain't going cost him, I reckon.
Yeah,
he's been better than Matt Ryan. He's been better than Matt.
Matt Ryan is trash.
So yeah, so that's all the starts and sits done. And extend on that, I think it'd be good if we did a quick little section now on questions. So I'm going to put both to you, 2 questions about my team, like who I should be starting and who I should be benching. And I'll consider them opinions and then probably ignore them.
Fire away.
So,
Big Blue Wrecking Crew.
The Big Blue Wrecking Crew. Who would you be starting in your wide receiver 2 slot? Garrett Wilson or Alan Lazard?
Ooh.
Alan Lazard against the Giants. This is the game in Tottenham. And Garrett Wilson is up against Miami.
Has Lazard got any injury designation at all?
Nope, they're both set and ready to go.
Ooh, I think I sway more Lazard.
Yeah. Anderson?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. And then the second question is Fournette or Stevenson, Ramondre Stevenson.
Fournette.
Even though Stevenson's playing against Detroit.
No joking. I was just quick firing back. Stevenson was written down for my start of the week, but I want to go a bit more ballsy with Cam Akers.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, Stevenson against Detroit. Detroit, like I say, 32nd, ranked 32nd in defense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Stevenson's going ball out, mate.
Okay.
I don't know. It's Fournette though, isn't it? If you've got him, you can't play him.
Okay, let's change it slightly then. Stevenson or CEH, Edwards-Helaire against Las Vegas.
Ooh.
I think Helaire. I think Helaire, man. I just don't
Original
think.
Game,
I think
it could be like back and forth.
I just think the Chiefs. I mean, they've been using the run game pretty well the last few weeks. So I mean, well, not last week, but I just don't rate. I don't rate the Raiders at all, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And John, fire in your 2.
Bear with me, mate. Bear with me. See, I think your showdown this week with Steve's a big one, mate. There.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a close one.
Oh, bear with me, mate. My computer's trash. There we go. Right, I'm on. Right. Got J.K. Dobbins. After his big game last week, am I pouring him in? Or
Over who?
Mixon?
No.
I don't know. Is he back? Is he running the ball good? So many questions. Have I seen enough from Dobbins yet for banging man? I don't.
Personally, for me, no. I think Mixon's he's more guaranteed work, and he's not been brilliant this year, but he's been. Do you know what? I think Mixon gives you a bigger floor, but I think Dobbins gives you a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
I think Dobbins could absolutely bust for you, where I don't think Mixon will.
Good point, yeah. Solid point there is. I'm just excited Dobbins is back. I kept a hold of him all last year, put him in the
And Akers, you're right, stashed him.
I stashed him because I've got good feelings about him. Yeah, Dobbins. They're playing each other, aren't they? So.
Yeah, personally, I'd be sticking with Mixon.
Yeah, it's a pretty pretty happy with Mixon. It's Najee where I'm out on, and I'm thinking Najee or Akers. That's where
Pittsburgh's a really tough one because you don't know how the offense is going to be working, do you, with Pickett?
No.
Again, I mean, Akers is your start of the week, so
yeah, I'm thinking.
So you'd have to go with Akers on that one. Personally, for me, I'd be playing Harris.
Yeah, Harris got Buffalo, aren't they? So pretty solid. So I'm not too sure. Obviously, he's a great player. He's been okay. He hasn't been inside top 10 or anything where he's been drafted this year.
Yeah.
So the best he's had week 2, 13th against the Patriots. Yeah, against the Patriots week 2. So I'm pretty down on him at the minute. So.
What about you, Andy?
The question is for you and your seat and your team.
No. Who have you got? Have you got any questions about your team? You're pretty happy. How are you going to be lining up?
I mean, I kind of already said I'd sit Pitts, but then again, I guess.
I mean, you've only got Njoku, haven't you, to replace him with?
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty obvious, I think. No, I haven't really got any questions, to be honest, guys. I mean, should I bench Mahomes for the rising Russell Wilson?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great matchup this week against the Colts, mate. Thursday night showdown.
And somehow Russell Wilson, this MVP superstar, is going to let it run.
He's going to go past them. He's going to be giving high fives to thin air and being a great leader.
Just, an extrovert character, that's all. Still a good quarterback.
What did that video say? He's like an actor playing an elite quarterback. Oh gosh. No real questions. I mean there's a really obvious one. Should I drop Dotson?
Yeah.
Or bench Dotson for Godwin? Maybe.
Yeah, I think Godwin's back now. Dotson got an injury.
And Dotson's questionable at the moment. Yeah, his hamstring.
So
okay, maybe one. Juju or Thielen. I don't know.
Gotta go Juju, aren't you? Start of the week, aren't you?
Yeah, so that's So I think I think my I'm pretty happy.
Thielen's been good, and he's got a good matchup in Chicago. Well, while we're on the subject, shall we go through the matchups quick, and let's start from the bottom with this absolute bottom feeders
feeder relegation.
Relegation. I mean, the Americans listening won't know what relegation is, but it's not good.
Yeah,
we're fighting for the top draft pick for the Americans listening.
Yeah.
I think we're punching down, guys.
Who's tanking for who?
Oh yeah, so my matchup, right now, I'm against Team Batesy.
Not for week 5. Oh, sorry. Yeah, crack on. Sorry, Andy. I'm looking at week 4.
Yeah. Just running through my current starters. Batesy's current starters: Burrow at quarterback, Kareem Hunt at running back, Aaron Jones at running back 2, McLaurin at wide receiver, DK Metcalf at wide receiver 2, and what did you call him? Oe, your guy. Alberto. At tight end. Who is it? Is it DJ Moore? DJ Moore at wide receiver. With our, I've lost my window now. Robert Woods, and you've got it open, and in defense Wagner. For it. Whereas
he can make massive improvements on that team.
Did you see Bobby Wagner tackle the pitch invader last night?
Yeah,
That was the only.
there's
That was the
no
only thing the
need.
defense did all game.
Say again?
That was the only thing the Rams defense did all game.
Yeah.
You know what? We should add that into our thing, like tackle a streaker, 6 points. But I think if Batesy optimizes his team, I think you're potentially in trouble. I think if he drops Woods for Evans, swaps out Burrows for Jackson,
I think Devontae Parker's a pretty solid player this week.
I think yeah.
But I don't know who'd swap out for him.
I mean, you'd probably just
Mike Evans.
In fact, I'd play Devontae Parker over Bobby Woods this week.
Yeah. I think potentially this could be Batesy's first win of the week here, and I'm not just saying that to wind up Anderson. I genuinely think if he makes them couple of changes, then I think Batesy's looking at his first win this week.
Yeah.
I
think Batesy needs to make a waiver wire move for a tight end.
I think he does as well.
Andy, are you riding with Kyle Pitts this week? You going to ride with him?
After I say no, I'm gonna be Njoku, I think, this week for him. I mean, I just don't think, like I said in the
sorry, I was looking too far up. Sorry, yeah, you got Ertz and Njoku.
Yeah.
Who are you riding with?
Yeah.
Ertz or Njoku?
Well, Ertz is a homecoming for him, really, isn't it? So, but the Phillies been pretty good. The Phillies been pretty good, to be honest. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I've kind of had my strongest lineup in, barring one or two switches. Maybe I'll put out take out Dotson for Juju, or Godwin. Sorry, there's not much else I can do really. So just hope Mahomes and Chubbs have like 10 touchdowns between them, maybe. Which is we don't know. I mean, Chubb's gonna probably have a good game. Well, the Chargers their defense is pretty good on paper. Yeah. Hill could potentially. Okay, Bridgewater was your quarterback last year. Is he? I mean, can Hill still have a very productive day with Bridgewater slinging it down center?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course you can.
So he can still have a 2 touchdown day, 100-something yard day.
Yeah. Majority of Tyreek Hill's touchdowns are not in the end zone.
That's when that's what he catches, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's going to get it. He's solid start, mate.
Okay. No, I wasn't going to drop him. I'm just thinking of, normally he digs me out of jail last season and season before. Obviously, there's very different situations, but, he dug me out of the jail this week. So hopefully. Yeah. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Tyreek Hill was definitely a thief when he was younger.
Hey, what you trying to say about us Florida boys?
I'm not saying nothing about you Florida boys, but I'm saying everything about Tyreek Hill. Or actually, he's used to running that quick because he doesn't want to face the waitresses after he hasn't tipped them.
Wow.
That's probably how he's got away with no tipping for so long. He just sprints away from him.
But yeah, I think, who knows how it goes. I mean, already I'm thinking of how many, whether I can probably get another wide receiver. Do you think when Batesy's not paying attention, maybe I can get Mike Evans from him somehow?
I've been banging trades in for Batesy for ages. And you know what? He's been asking me to make his moves for him because his app ain't working. I could just bloody push a trade through.
Yeah, and I'd swap it straight back. Kamish Powers, bang.
Yeah, let me try something here.
Should we go on to the next game then?
Yeah, move on, mate.
Yeah, Danny Boy in charge of Vinegar Strokes over next to CJ Motherford with Exeter Gently, the two of the nicest names I've ever heard in my life. Both of them are 2-2, so someone's coming out of this with a winning record.
Who do you think pips? Do you still think Danny Boy's got this one?
Yeah, I think Danny Boy pips it as well, just because I mean, you look at what CJ's got. I mean, he's playing Tony Pollard as he's running back one. He's got Drake London in there. So, I mean, his bench is just filled with Jets because he's a Jets fan. So he's got Carter, Moore, Uzuma. He's got Uzuma, Gesicki, Schultz, Gainwell. He hasn't got a lot on the bench. Whereas I think if you look on the other side, Danny's got Gibson. Gallup could be a good shout in the coming weeks. Judy, Ayuk, Knox. He's got my start of the weekend there. Pierce. I think Pierce is going to win in the game.
Could do, yeah. Could go off.
Brown against Arizona. I think that's a really good matchup for him.
I think Chris Olave is going to be a top 5 wide receiver this week.
Potentially, but I think
in Seattle.
But I think Rashard Penny's going to take a big downfall this week against New Orleans.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be.
Seattle.
Yeah, so I'd be swapping Penny with Gibson, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gibson with Penny. Who's Gibson? Who are they playing this week? Tennessee.
Yeah.
See, I don't know where I'm at with that. Gibson, are they going to start phasing him down now? Because Robson's coming back into. And they said he was out of favour anyway. So are they going to start decreasing his reps?
Yeah, Robinson could be in. He could debut week 5.
I don't think he'll be in this week, but he sure is. Antonio Gibson saw his lowest ever snaps this week.
Yeah.
Week 4 against Dallas, 41% of snaps, 13 attempts, 49. He's gradually been utilised less and less and less.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm at with him. I wouldn't be playing him this week over Penny.
No. Interesting. Because I would have instantly done that swap.
I think on his bench he's got Gibson, Henderson, and Penny. I think out of them 3 are to flex.
No, Penny's in his lineup, Annie.
Yeah. So, boy, it's at flex.
Who would you drop over Penny and Herbert this week? Because he had a monster game, everyone jumped on the bandwagon, and then didn't look as good, did he? Didn't look as good against the mighty Giants.
Yeah, that's a good one. I want Penny in. I don't know.
Good luck with that one, Danny boy.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, he put up 14 fancy points here, but did against the Giants. 77 yards. No touchdown, though, was there?
No.
He could get a touchdown this week.
So
I think I'm playing out of, if it was Danny, I think I'm play out of his bench and what's on, I'd play in flex Darnell Henderson and Khalil. I don't know.
Darrell
That's
Henderson.
a tough one. It's in my headache deal with. I think I'm playing Anderson over Gibson this week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think where is that? Penny and Herbert, I think are sound. It's a tough one. They're quite close, aren't they? They're going to be quite closely ranked for week 5.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next one, right? Okay, then. So, we'll move on to your game with Mike.
Yeah.
So,
the only issue I've got there is Pittman. Really, I was a bit on the fence with Mixon, but we talked about it. Pittman. Brew am I dropping? Pittman for Mari Cooper, Marquise Brown, Gabe Davies,
Deontay Harris. Damian Harris, sorry. Deontay Harris. Damian Harris. Yeah.
Come on, play him at flex.
Yeah. Just by looking at the matchup.
Playing Cortland Sutton over Pittman, so I'll move him into the wide receiver 2. Got Cup at wide receiver 1. and that gives me flex options. Then
I don't really think you've got much moving you can do, to be honest. Yeah, move Sutton up instead of Pittman, and then I'm dropping Pittman for. I mean, your starter week's Akers, so you've got to back him and put him in, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm dropping Najee Harris for Akers this week.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, I'd be dropping Pittman.
Yeah, I'm dropping Pittman, but I think I'd rather play this week Amari Cooper over Pittman against the LA Chargers.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Chargers secondary isn't the best at the minute. They're getting scored on, so.
I mean, he had a pretty bad game against Atlanta, but to be honest, I think that was just a bad game for the Browns.
Yeah, bad game all around, wasn't it, for him?
Yeah.
Browns nearly when you're setting for getting Chubb, isn't it? So.
Mike, I think his only problem's Kittle. I think he needs to move away. I think he needs to move away from Kittle. I think he needs to get a trade for him.
Well, he took Kittle off me, didn't he? I traded Josh Allen and Kittle for Kyler Murray and Mark Andrews, and I'd pretty much say I'm winning that one at the minute.
Yeah, I would say so as well. I mean, he's got the move.
I'll be playing this week.
I'll be playing
Buffalo. I don't know. Buffalo's defense is so good.
Yeah, but it's Kittle. Look what he's done so far, and he's up against Carolina, a good defense as well. I'm taking. Oh, you're dropping Kittle. I mean, I can't see it. I mean, he's my sit of the week, so yes, I personally would be swapping Kittle with Frymouth.
Would you?
Yep.
Kittle, Frymouth. It's a tough one.
I've got to back me starting sits, man.
Yeah.
Got to back him.
My
game then.
Probably go Kittle, actually. Yeah, I think I'll go Kittle. I think Buffalo. Sorry, mate. Sorry for the pause.
No, go.
Buffalo's tight end defense is ranked 3rd at the minute, and Carolina's is ranked 18th. So just off the back of that, I think Kittle's going to have a good game.
So you'd go for Kittle?
I'd go Kittle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kittle on that one. Anything else on the other side of the ball for
No, I think that's the only real question he's got. I think everyone else should be locked in. I mean, Cook, Eckler, Diggs, Lamb, Devontae Smith, Cordero Patterson. Do you know what I mean?
For that lineup he's got there, Josh Allen, Cook, Eckler, he's 2-2. He should be 4-0.
Yeah. But Dalvin Cook's been letting him down.
Massively, yeah. I've got him in other leagues, mate. I was pondering trading him away this week.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb's only come good the last couple of games, really.
Yeah.
Last 3 games.
Try to get CD in a trade.
Yeah, he's been studding it up. Devontae Smith can be feed or famine.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at his games. 0, 20, 40, 5.
Yeah.
Feed or famine. Yeah. So he could go famine, and then all of a sudden he's lost points. And when you look at, you've got sat the other end, Najee Harris, there's guaranteed points there.
Yeah. Do you think Kamara will be back this week?
Even if he is, I'm not playing him yet.
Oh, sorry, I've jumped onto your game here. Sorry, mate.
No.
Jumping ahead a little bit there.
Right.
Move on to your
so we'll jump onto our game.
Big 3-1 showdown between the Big Blue Wrecking Crew and Taylor Made for this.
This is, in real life, if you met me and Steve, you'd know this to be true. This is David versus Goliath.
The man
but it's pretty even, really, in terms of the league. I'm just struggling with what to do with Garrett Wilson against Miami.
Well, this is a question I had for you this morning. I'd written down for remember it, but if you've traded Juju away,
was it who?
Garrett Wilson or Juju or Lazard?
Yeah. See, I mean, Pickens though.
Buffalo, though, isn't it? Buffalo.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. So right, okay. So I can rule out Pickens. Lazard against the Giants. I'm tempted not to play him, just because I don't want to be celebrating anything against the Giants.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. St. Brown's going to be...
This
So,
is where I was going. Sorry,
yeah. St. Brown's out, so...
Is he definitely out
Everett's...
for this week, week 5?
Yeah. It says that he's out anyway. Oh, no. No. It's not been updated yet. But...
I'm sure we'll find out by Friday anyway.
Yeah. If St. Brown plays, then Hawkinson's getting benched for Everett. Because I'm not I'm not playing both St. Brown and Hawkinson. I'm not putting too much on that offense.
Everett's a pretty solid start anyway. It's a good.
Yeah. And then it's just a choice of, because I kind of want to take a risk on Ramondre Stevenson up against Detroit.
Yeah.
But
Who you dropping?
I mean, my running backs are basically taking up my flex and my.
Yeah, out of your running backs there, Barclay, Fournette, Edwards-Helaire, and McCaffrey. I'm playing all them over Stevenson.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know actually. This might sound crazy. Bit crazy. CMC.
You're honestly sitting him? No, surely not.
It's hard, isn't it? But just for matchup based, I think Stevenson might have the better week.
But I ain't brave enough.
I don't think many people are. If you've got CMC, you're starting behind, but I just think...
It's just he saw a massive increase in his receiving game.
Finally, Baker Mayfield. You finally found CMC. Well done.
Do you know what I mean? So that for me is so encouraging, because if he gets the same attempts as he has been getting and gets an increase in the receiving, he suddenly becomes just pure studied up. I see me walking away with a win here. Just on the back of, I compared running backs, so we look left and right, Herbert, Hurts, they're going to be pretty even.
Yeah. I think he's going to have a really good bounce back game. He had a bit of a down game, didn't he?
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor versus
Probably
Barclay against Green Bay. He's probably not playing Taylor, but even if he did, he's up against Denver, we're up against Green Bay. I fancy Barclay's chances to beat him there.
Taylor might not be playing.
Yeah. Fournette, Kamara's probably out. So if Kamara's out, he's going to be playing Williams, who New England's not the easiest matchup.
This is a question I had for Steve, actually. If Kamara's back, are you putting him in over Williams?
I don't think he is. I think he'll fly with Williams. So Leonard Fournette, Williams is probably going to be even. Jefferson, Waddle, he'll win that one. Lazard.
Yeah,
Kirk.
Miami riding with Teddy B, aren't they, this week? So lower your expectations for Waddle.
Yeah.
And Hill.
Yeah, Christian Kirk. I don't think he's going to outscore Lazard.
Don't you? That's interesting. I think this is going to be a monster week for Kirk.
Do you?
Yeah. Definitely. Against Houston. Yeah, Houston's defense, okay. But I just think going to be a bit of a bounce back week for Kirk. He didn't have the best week 4, did he? So
no. I just think Steve's really struggling at running back, because if Taylor and Kamara are out, that means he's got to go with Williams, Mattison, and Etienne.
Etienne should have an okay, but I think you're writing Kirk off a bit too. Houston giving up 240 yards average passing at the minute, 4th worst in the league. Sorry, I think he's going to get his targets. I think
Trevor Lawrence is starting. I think he's got comfortable. I think he used Kirk as his safety blanket, and now he's sort of chucking that off a bit.
You're not playing Lawrence over Herb this week, mate?
No, I'm not, funny enough. Not against Cleveland, no. Edwards-Helaire against Vegas will be interesting to see what he does there. But yeah, I fancy myself for the win here on this one.
Yeah, see it. Steve will get Delta below here.
And then me, the big blue wrecking clue, will go 4-1, fancy and real.
The Giants will go get demolished this week.
It's not happening, mate. We are not getting
Barclay's
demolished.
final game of the season. Green Bay.
You've been saying that since week 1.
No,
and Luke Hugh's the number 1.
No. I said Barclay week 5, as he'll go to week 5. That's what we said.
That's not true.
Who do you think? Are you definitely not starting Lawrence over here this week?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not starting Trevor Lawrence this week. No, I mean, no. Herb's not going to let me down to the point that Lawrence potentially might.
Yeah.
So I'll stick riding out with Trevor Lawrence.
Fair enough, mate. I was going to ask Steve as well. Deontay Johnson at the Bills or Bateman at the Bengals. Where would you go, sir? Got to be Bateman, hasn't it?
I mean, yeah, Bateman. Yeah. No, actually, I'd be stashing Bateman. I'd be playing Johnson.
Would you?
Yeah.
A bit worried about. Obviously, I'm excited to see Kenny Pickett come into the league and get his reps. I think he threw 3 interceptions. But to be fair, he didn't have a drop pass.
I mean, yeah.
Everything was caught, so he's on target. He's throwing a good ball. It's just...
And even the interceptions were a bit shitty. Like, they were tipped. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was throwing it to an empty safety or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough, mate.
But yeah, so I think that... Go on.
Obviously, your players you're starting this week. Who we going? Finish good. I think like Nick Chubb, Henry, Cook, Barkley, Jones, Fournette, McCaffrey, Eckler, Kamara if he plays. Robinson, clear running back, isn't he? I think they've all got good matchups. Out of them, like top 10 there. I think the toughest one you're looking at is Aaron Jones, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at rankings, that's all, mate. So you're playing them. Wide receivers. Just having a quick look at the ranking projections, mate, that's all.
No, it's all good.
My computer's on the go slow. Stop offering me things. And again, wide receivers in projection order: Diggs, Cup, Jefferson, Hill, Chase, Adams, AJ Brown, Mark Evans, Deebo Samuel, CD Lamb. Not sure I'm on him yet. T. Higgins has probably got. I think might have an injury designation. Christian Kirk's projected finish 14th on the week, mate. Not too bad.
Not happening. You watch the regression.
Nah, I think Chris Olave is going to be up there. So they're the ones just starting tight end rankings for week 5. These are off PPR, by the way. Just looking at general rankings. Not how we do it, Sarah.
Yeah.
Points galore. So yeah, Kelsey, Andrews got it. It's Waller, Higbee, Hawkinson, Kittle, Njoku, Frymouth. Kyle Pitts is 11. Why are these rankings so high on Pitts, especially against Tampa? I think Everett, Knox, Conklin, Tonyan will have better games than Pitts this week. Irv Smith maybe against the Giants, against Chicago. Hayden Hurst probably have a better game than him. Yeah, I'm out on Pitts.
Completely.
And quarterbacks, who you start? We all know the quarterbacks, really. But
yeah,
these rankings, how it's looking: Allen, Jackson, Hurts, Mahomes, Herbert, Brady. I don't know about that. He's against Atlanta, though, so he has a good game. Burrow, Murray. Murray's going to have a difficult game against Philly. They're on fire. Cousins, Carr at 10. They've got Carr here at 10 and Lawrence at 11. I can't see that. And Wilson at 12, but Wilson's got an injury designation as well. I think Wilson will be a top 10 quarterback this week. I think Lawrence will. I think Rodgers will. I think Matt Stafford will as well. Pretty solid. And then no one plays DST in our league, do they, mate? We play IDP.
Yeah, we're playing IDP.
But any defensive starts, the Niners are looking good. Bills, Packers, Bucks, Cowboys, Eagles, Vikings, Chargers, Dolphins, and Rams. I'm pretty out on the Rams. I have got them in some leagues.
I'm out
Not
on the
looking as
Rams.
solid as before. I can't remember who I've picked up in their place. But not looking as solid as first thought.
No, I think the Panthers have got a quick defense as well. They might.
Yeah, you were saying last week they looked pretty
Yeah,
fast.
yeah. I think they'll be all right overall by the end of the season.
Yeah, they've got to have something going for them, haven't they, other than CMC. Yeah. But that's about it for rankings from me, so I just want to give a quick rundown on where rankings give people an
all
idea.
Good. Unless you guys have got anything to add, I think we can wrap it up there.
Pretty happy, mate, there.
Yeah, all sounds good.
Okay, so again, guys, if you prefer this sort of setup of the show, make sure you leave a comment and that let us know, because we are trying to change it up and see where it sits and what we enjoy doing the most and what people enjoy listening to the most. So yeah, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all your other regular podcast areas, and on YouTube as well. Give us a like, follow, thumbs up, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you next time.
Drop some comments on YouTube if you're watching as well. Let us know what room you're at. That's the best place for it.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So, Uru.
Nice one. Give us a like, share, and follow on Instagram and Twitter.
Thanks for listening to the Always Punting Fantasy Football Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. And remember, over here, we're always punting.